Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for July. Hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Pisces out there. So guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Pisces, please don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? All right, Pisces, you are starting out with the Magician in the reverse. You have the Devil, and you have the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, Pisces, so you're dealing with somebody, it looks like, who is a little bit of a player. There's some toxic energy here. Now, it's possible for some of you that this is your energy and that you're kind of being a bit of a player, but I just don't think so. I feel like this is somebody you're dealing with. There's definitely a toxic situation here. And for some reason, you're definitely very tempted or very drawn towards that person or that situation. But it is toxic and you are recognizing that it's toxic. So you're not in denial of that. I do feel like this may be somebody that you're not currently talking to. And this is a connection that really did not manifest the way you wanted it to. It could have left you feeling like you just don't have all the tools necessary to manifest what it is that you want. But the cards are saying that you do. You may just be questioning that at this time. I do feel like this is somebody that was a little bit of a player and you feel like you got burned in the process. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Pisces energy. Show me who's in Pisces energy. Show me who is in Pisces energy. All right, so the person in your energy, Pisces, we have the Fool, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Interesting. So this is somebody who's reminiscing. They're thinking about you. They're looking back on the past. I do think that they're looking at you with fondness. They would like a new beginning. Yeah, they would like a new beginning. They would like to take a leap of faith with you, take a risk. And I do feel like, you know, they think of you very fondly. It could be that they're taking a risk or having a new beginning elsewhere, but I don't think so because I see them really reminiscing and thinking about you. However, with the Nine of Swords, this is somebody that there's something, particularly something that may have been in writing, legal documents, text, maybe journals, but there's something here in writing that just has this person thinking the worst. They literally lose sleep over whatever this is. They're so up in their head about whatever this, and it looks like it's something that could have been in form of writing, but they're so up in their head about it that they can't see that there are brighter days that are coming, that there is like that light at the end of the tunnel. So I also feel like this person, they kind of go back into memories of you and they use that as a coping mechanism to deal with all these concerns, all these worries. So let's see the energy between Pisces and this person. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Things took a downward turn between the two of you. And I also feel like there's some stuck energy here. Show me what's affecting this connection. Ace of Cups in the reverse and Justice in the reverse. This person feels, they may be feeling as if this relationship ended and that it was an injustice to them. So they're kind of taking a little bit of a victim role here. I do feel like there was an inequality between the two of you. There was a sense of arguing and fighting. There were polarized views that were here, and this ended the connection. Now, from your view, though, you feel like the connection ended because of toxicity. I do feel like this person romanticizes the relationship, and I also feel like they in some way were a victim through this ending. Let me see what is the outcome between Pisces and this person. I'm going to try that again. Show me the outcome between Pisces and this person. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. A decision is going to be made here. Yeah, a decision is being made because there's an unbalanced situation. So, bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate that right now you're just not feeling very emotionally fulfilled. And actually, neither is this person. So, let's clarify, Pisces. Spirit, why is the Magician in reverse for Pisces? You could be dealing with a Libra. Don't have to be. I see Pisces here. Okay, so 10 of Wands reverse and the 2 of Swords. All right, so you're at a crossroads in your life, Pisces. I see you avoiding anything that's going to cause you more problems. I feel like this connection, this relationship has become a reference point for you. So when you see anything that references this connection, or there's a red flag that goes off that reminds you of this situation, then you're like, nope, I don't want anything to do with that. It didn't manifest correctly. It's not what's for me. I don't want anything to do with it. So just be sure you're not too trigger happy as a result, because that's more of a trauma response. But I do see you kind of resolving issues, resolving problems. And, you know, there's a decision here. You are at a crossroads in your life. Let me see why the Devil is here. Okay, so we have the World in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So what's toxic right now in your life is that you haven't been able to close out this chapter and move forward. This is where I'm seeing that stuck energy. And I do feel like there's going to be a moment of truth for you. It's going to come through, most likely through words, but possibly through thoughts about this ending of this relationship. Somebody's going to speak a truth to you, and it's going to allow you to see that there's something that's toxic within your energy, and it will help you then to close this cycle out. But it's not closed because there is I'm tripping over my words. It's not closed out because there is still something that is toxic, possibly within you, that is preventing you from moving forward. But there is going to be a truth. You are going to get the truth about that. I don't know. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Let's ask. Where is this truth coming from? Where is this truth coming from that Pisces is going to hear? Just very curious. It'll come through letting go. Or the truth will help you to let go. But it's not telling me where it's coming from. Interesting. All right, so why is the Knight of Wands in the reverse for Pisces? So that truth is either going to help you to let go and move forward, or it's going to come by you letting go. All right, so we have the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. All right. So you're in this glow up mode. Yeah, people are enjoying you. You could have a Taurus coming in to your energy, but I do feel like you're. This is actually very spiritual with the Queen of Wands here and the Hierophant. The Hierophant can indicate spirituality. It can indicate, you know, possibly moving into some sort of organization, or even taking on a leadership role in an organization. particularly a spiritual organization, but not necessarily. I do see that you're in a position of authority. You're in a position where people listen to you, and you're very charismatic. They enjoy being around you. I do feel, though, that you are also receiving some guidance from a spiritual leader, somebody that you greatly respect and admire, and that is guidance with regard to this person. So that could be where your truth is coming from. Yeah, so if you're talking with a counselor, or you're talking particularly with a spiritual leader, and this person gives you some sort of guidance regarding this person, if you resonate and you recognize this person, that truth is what's going to help you to let go and to move on from this. So let's look at this person's energy. Why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here for the person in Pisces energy? Oh, so this person is taking a risk. They do have some sort of new beginning, but it looks like for most of you, it's something else. They walked away from this connection. Yeah, and this person, when they walked away, it's because they don't recognize or give honor to the love that was here. You see, you felt the Ace of Cups for them. And what did they do? They just dumped that out. They didn't see it. They were either focused on third-party energy, or they were focused on the past. So this was a gift. You literally were a gift to this person, and they couldn't see it. So they walked away looking for a new beginning elsewhere, looking for their wish fulfillment elsewhere. Why is the Six of Cups here? Why is the Six of Cups here? Oh, they were deceitful. Seven of Swords reversed. Interesting. And the Seven of Wands reversed. So this person behaves in a deceitful manner when they're feeling powerless. This person is not what they appear. This is somebody who really does have very fond memories, and they think of you fondly, but they also feel like they were a victim somehow. They victimized themselves in this situation. Now, for some of you, there is a divorce that is taking place, and it hasn't finalized yet, but that's not for everybody. Regardless, I do see that this person they don't want to fight. They're avoiding conflict, particularly about some sort of deceptive energy that has been between the two of you. If this person behaved in a deceitful manner, lying, cheating, stealing, they know they were wrong. But they're going to avoid discussing this, avoid talking about this, because they want to stay in these happy memories. They don't want to confront their behavior. And some of them will actually project that onto you, and they will play the victim in that role. But I do feel like you are like oil and water with this person at this point. You definitely are. And part of that is just because you are actually raising your vibration. And I can see, Pisces, it's been very difficult to do that. It's been a hard road. I can see that. There's a lot of toxicity here. And I do feel like you have a little bit of some toxic triggers yourself. And bringing you together with this person really brought out some toxic stuff on both sides. The difference is you look like you are acknowledging it, working with it. Some of you are in counseling, or you're leaning into your spirituality. This person is more in denial. They walked away from the connection. It's that grass is greener mentality, thinking the grass would be greener on the other side. They feel very exposed for past deeds that they've done in moments where they were feeling powerless, particularly, and they were victimizing themselves. And they don't want to talk about that. They're avoiding that at all costs. Yeah, they just want to, when it comes to the connection with you, they just want to keep the happy memories and avoid anything else. Why is this Nine of Swords here? The Emperor and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there is still something here that keeps them up at night. It does. It keeps them up at night. They worry, they stress about it. Part of it could be money. The other part of it, though, looks like it's taking action. It's taking things into their own power and in their own control. And I can see why that is because they victimize themselves. They feel powerless here. I do see that with a great amount of effort, this person is going to take control of their life in order to bring balance back in. But currently it looks like they're seated in this energy of stressing and worrying and trying to figure it out. So let me see. There could also be a decision that has to be made that they're stressing about, worrying about. Because we see that by the end of the week, a decision is being made. And we see here this person is weighing up the pros and cons because it would be their decision to make. So let me see the energy between Pisces and this person. Yeah, you left this person out in the cold. So we have the Five of Pentacles, or you feel they left you out in the cold. Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, a lot of you may have felt like this person abandoned you before they ever abandoned you. There's a sense here of feeling abandoned, feeling rejected. You also have a decision, though, and I feel like you may be avoiding that decision as well. This just didn't manifest the way you wanted, and you're feeling stuck. So it's bringing, I can see the toxic energy. It's bringing up abandonment issues, rejection issues. Now, this person feels very blocked. They've walked away from the connection. They really were not respectful of the connection to begin with because, like I said, this connection was a gift from God, and they couldn't see it. That's what caused them to walk away. They took a risk elsewhere, but this is almost telling me that that's going to be their payment, is that everything. And I say payment, let me find a better word. It's like their karma. Everything that they try is going to be blocked because of their lack of respect for what the divine had given. That's what I'm seeing. I do feel like this person, you're not communicating right now with this person. There's a blockage here. It's either they physically blocked you, or it could be an emotional blockage, but this person is very blocked, and that's why they can't quite move on. Your issues are being brought up, and that's why you're unable to move forward. Well, move forward's not the right word. It's stuck energy. For you, it's your past issues are getting triggered, and for them, they've walked away from a divine connection, it looks like. And I also feel like this person is blocking their own happiness, if I'm being honest. All right, let's see what's affecting the connection. Show me what's affecting this connection, please. Page of Wands reversed, Ten of Cups, and the Three of Coins reversed. So what's affecting the connection is that there is a lack of communication, and there's some immaturity that is shown here as well. That immaturity is pretty much within communication, and it is showing on both sides. So not to point fingers, Pisces, but I have to tell you what I see. It is showing on both sides. Now, the thing is that you are looking for your Ten of Cups. You're looking for the emotional happiness, and I'm hearing security. Right now, the underlying energy shows me that it's not there, but you're looking for that, and that is affecting this connection. So you may have reached a point where you're like, I have to close this cycle out. It's a toxic cycle. I have to let this go. I'm still in this stuck energy. There is something, and it looks like a spiritual leader or a somebody who provides sound guidance is going to give you a truth. And that truth is going to allow you to let this situation or this person go. And that's going to allow you then to have the happiness that you are desiring. Those words have not been spoken as of yet. Now, in this person's energy, I feel like they are dealing with the fact that there was some behavior here that was deceptive. It was lying, cheating, stealing. It broke down this solid foundation that was here. It could have broken a soul contract, particularly if you're dealing with a divine couple. And this person is realizing this. However, they are avoiding discussing it, avoiding talking about it. This is where we're seeing the immaturity. They just want to lean into the good times, and they're not going to be cooperative to bringing balance into this connection. They're most uncooperative. They're actually blocking it because they feel like their grass is going to be greener elsewhere. So they're just over here jumping off of cliffs that they don't know what's at the bottom of that. I mean, it could be a solid rock, or it could be, you know, the softest pillow, but they're just over here jumping off of cliffs and thinking that their happiness is going to be found elsewhere. And now you're beginning to focus on your spirituality and focus on your happiness. So you're oil and water with this person at this time. Let me see why this Two of Pentacles is in reverse. But it is still triggering you to do some healing that you need to do. Page of Cups reversed. Nine of Pentacles. And the Ace of Swords reversed. Interesting. So I do see that there's a situation you don't know about. So here, let me give you the scoop, Pisces. With the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody has chosen to end something with someone new. Now, I see both of you have done that. You may have ended something recently with somebody new as well, but this person is showing up as single. There's a decision they're trying to make and they're stressed about it. I feel like this person jumped into something else that they thought the grass was going to be greener because it made them feel empowered. And it made them feel like they were big daddy or big mama here. And so this person is now stressed because there's a decision that they have to make about this. And they are going to make that decision. And that decision is to end something with somebody that is new in their life, therefore becoming single and, you know, independent. Yeah. But you don't know about this situation because you're over here living your best life. You know, you are like working on your spirituality. You're trying to make better decisions for yourself. You're getting some truth spoken to you by somebody that, you know, does provide really good advice, most likely a spiritual leader. You've got this glow up going on. People are really enjoying your energy. And so you've learned, this person triggered you. You've learned some lessons from this. However, you have no idea what's going on with them because you're not talking to them. You're not talking to them. And so what you don't know is that this person is in a position where they're having to decide now if they're going to end this grass is greener situation that they had going on. And the cards are telling me that for most of you, they are going to. I just feel like you have no idea about this. I also feel like you are really focused on your own growth. So, you know, you may find out about it later. But right now, you're trying to find your happiness. And I do believe that that is coming. It's just a matter of time. Listen to whoever this spiritual leader is, or counselor, or it's somebody who's giving you advice. And that person is going to be extremely instrumental in turning this around. This Ten of Cups is in the reverse. You're seeking that Ten of Cups, and this person's going to be instrumental. There's a truth that will be spoken, And it is directly related to the toxicity that you have, the toxicity in this relationship, and why this connection ended. And it's going to be an eye-opener for you. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups in the reverse. Underlying energy, you could be dealing with a Gemini. But as a underlying energy, this tells me that you're just not on the same page with this person. It's like I said, it's oil and water. Very different goals, very different energies. So I can understand why this ended, and I can see that you're just not on the same not on the same page, even though this person may have very well been a soulmate. All right, I'm going to pull from the oracles. We'll see if anything pops out for you. Pulling for Pisces. Pull one more time. Pulling for Pisces. There we go. All right, Pisces, let's see what we have. Air sign. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And if they're not an air sign, they may have air deeply in their chart somewhere. We have date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Interesting. And then we have move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So I see you moving on from this person. I do see you entertaining others. Get ready for a date night too. You got a date coming up there, Pisces. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this reading, Pisces, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, namaste.